help me out with some change, miss?
I got it. Shit, the mic wasn't even on.
How much did that cost? Thank you, babe. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They really be doing this out there. That's what I mean. I got mad at it. I got mad at my addiction. I got mad at my homelessness. Because in as much as I wanted to procure that erotic, that feeling, that elation, I also wanted to get a little bit of my life back. It had taken me to the point where I was living just to get high, which made me give up a lot of my accoutrements, my home, my family.
Are you homeless, sir?
Yes.
What's your name?
Jesse Marion Johnson Jr.
That was Jesse?
Jessemion Johson Jr. Junion. Junion. Can't spell junior. I dropped out of 10th grade.
You dropped out of 10th grade?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a history of psychiatric illness also?
Yes, sir.
What's your psychiatric illness?
Manic depressive.
So, have you served in the war before?
I was in the Air Force in 1974, 1976.
Where did you serve?
Laka Air Force Base.
Baby, you help me with some change to get started.
I have loan forgiveness. I thought about joining the United Armed Forces again. To pay my loan forgiveness back over $1,500.
Can you show your hat to the camera?
Yes, sir.
What's on your hat?
USA.
Teaching, I'm retired.
Okay.
So, I really don't, I'm not going to impact too much, except to say that I am concerned about the future of education and culture and the future in general.
So you are transient?
We'll put it this way, I'm traveling. I'm trying to find the best. So it's not too advisable, but you got a big space, a lot of this.
Are you a veteran?
A veteran? Well, I'm a veteran of a lot of things.
Right.
And I am very much aware of the problems of veterans in the city. I have many friends among them, and I'm appalled at the treatment of veterans. You can draw your own conclusions. I think that certainly the Vietnam veterans have been treated in an atrocious way.
Well, I was a student in Florida, and I was an exchange student, and I was also in the Marine Corps Reserve and got activated for the Gulf War.
For the Gulf War?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your role?
I was with Amtrak's, which was detached to 2nd Tank Division, and we're 2nd Marine Corps Division in the ground war, and we took Kuwait back from Saddam Hussein's regime.
Do you believe in Gulf War syndrome?
Yeah. Depending on the individual, some people seem to have more severe effects. Some people have less. They did issue experimental drugs
On American troops?
Yeah, on myself. I took I think it's pronounced pyrigistamine for nerve gas. Yeah, it was a nerve gas pill that I took prior to going in.
It was supposed to give you immunity.
Right. Yeah, it's supposed to take away for nerve gas, take away the symptoms.
Came back to Philadelphia and my car broke down and I don't have friends and people here. And the shelter system is so overcrowded. You know what I mean? They put too many restrictions on you as far as leaving early in the morning, coming in early at night. And for me, I'm able to work, so I'm seeking, employment.
I panhandle sometimes around the University of Penn because the University of Penn has been good to me.
You're very charitable here.
They used to be better than they are now. You know, they put a lot of restrictions on it. You know what I mean?
Police?
Yeah, security.
What will the police do to you now?
They got a community court. You know, they know me. Most of the older ones know me. And I just try to stay out their way.
And in the sense that we're talking, I come in here sometimes. The majority of Penn students, they snub me. But I have a way of getting through to people, and I get even through to even them sometimes. But there's still that few that they won't even answer me, they won't even look at me. And I had a guy right here one time. I said, "Hey, man, all right, you don't want your picture done, but can you just look at me, dignify my existence?" And he still didn't look at me. I said, "Man, you go to college, your parents are wasting their money, man." Seriously. And then he looked at me. And his buddy, he butted in and said something. Man, well, you don't have to. I said, "No, man. You can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen." The truth is a hell of a thing, man. You spending all that money to go to school just to be a dickhead, man? Yeah, they all back there and laugh.
A lot of people.
It's a good school. It seems to.
You find the people around here charitable?
Well, yeah. They have the Hospitality Association, which is beneficial to people that are in need.
What is that? Can you explain what that is?
The Hospitality Association, they give out free meals. They give out references for social programs.
Hey, I love Penn, you know what I mean? I don't know, for me, when I went homeless, this is where I ended up. And I've learned a lot of things out here. I learned a little bit about humility. For myself, I've been in the workforce most of my life, and to ask somebody for change for food was very hard for me.
How do you feel about our president?
George Bush, a nice person.
He's a nice person.
Mrs. Zucker.
He's a sucker?
Mrs. Zucker.
Oh, okay.
Mrs. Zucker, George Bush.
Oh.
Non-12, that's sad.
Do you think that George Bush is Satan?
No, I think George Bush is a nice person. He gave us a 2.5% raise.
2.5%
Raise.
Oh, raise.
He gave a 2.5% raise.
Raise in benefits?
Yes, sir. Next check in January.
Oh, Social Security or?
Social Security. I'm on Social Security.
Are you
My check got reduced to 551.
Are you on military disability also?
No, I'm on Social Security disability.
Social Security disability.
I have a broken hip. I'm working at the post office.
Okay. So, what do you think about George Bush?
I'll be listening to him. I don't. Ask him why he hates me. He said ask him why he hates me.
You think George Bush hates you?
He said ask him.
Is George Bush Satan? You think George Bush is the devil?
Whatever they say.
Well, I don't think he really gives any real benefits for homeless people.
And for veterans?
For veterans. It seems like there's accounting shifts towards the way that it's structured from a budget standpoint. There's a lot of accounting tricks that I think he's doing. So to make some things appear like he's increasing benefits, but he's actually removing it from other existing subsidies.
What do you feel about George Bush?
I'm pro and con for Bush as far as the country's concerned, you know what I mean, security-wise, but I'm a Democrat all the way, you know what I mean, still. But whoever's in there has to keep their promises, you know what I mean? You know, they have to look at the country first. We have a lot of issues right here that need to be addressed rather than abroad.
I am concerned, as I say, about the future. I'd like to do what I can to guarantee a reasonable future in terms of American tradition. I don't mean being reactionary in a traditional sense, but at least not let everything go kablooey. I'm a little afraid of that. I was here when Kerry was making speeches, and I have a good deal of regard for Kerry.
would you say you subscribe to?
Well, kind of a liberal, human rights.
My everyday motive and enthusiasm is to get high. And, pardon me? Beer. I was an addict of everything, man. And whatever I did, I liked it. Heroin, Robitussin.
You're still an addict?
Oh, once an addict, always an addict.
So are you still on drugs?
Well, let me be honest with you. Because when you give me your time, I'm going to give you mine. I smoke joint. The hard chemical, I don't mess with. The hard chemical, I don't mess with. Marijuana, I drink my beer. Okay? Got to have it. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't, very candidly, I don't want to live life sober.
I have substance abuse problems.
Okay. Alcohol, cocaine, heroin.
Yeah.
All of the above. And what would you say has been the reason to turn to drugs? Is it comfort? Just to ease the pain of life? Distraction?
Well, right now I'm on a treatment, drug methadone.
Methadone, okay.
And it kind of helps me just cope with my daily situation. But at the same time, it kind of distracts from time. It's time consuming.
Are you on methadone right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it sort of takes the edge off.
Yeah, and I tried to detox from it, and it was kind of difficult.
You go to methadone clinic?
Yeah, every day.
Where is it?
It's in the VA hospital right over there.
Oh, right over here?
Right.
Okay. Would you say that do they have a good strategy for detoxing you, or that's sort of up to you to figure out what it is?
Yeah, well, they want to detox me.
Manic depressive. Have you been on drugs to address that?
Yes, I did methadone, mescaline, opium, marijuana. Those
You
four
said
drugs.
you did mescaline.
Mescaline.
Yeah, did that make you hallucinate?
It made me go to sleep.
Made you go to sleep?
Yes, sir.
Have you been on cocaine, heroin?
Never did cocaine, never did heroin.
Never. Yeah, I tried cocaine once.
I did opium on the stick.
You did. That relaxes you, right?
It actually put me to sleep.
It's very, very good for depression, right?
My blue pills, my brown pills were mescaline. They put me to sleep. My mind control.
Mind control.
Mind control.
Mind control is good for you, right?
That's what happened to I was borderline.
Borderline.
Between genius and insanity.
And what?
Insanity. Violence.
Exactly. But just by virtue of being practical, the three necessities of life, anytime you're doing something, man, that's taking away your ability to wash, to bathe, anytime you can't decide whether you should buy some drugs or food, when you're confused about that, there's something wrong with that. And any intelligent man, sooner or later, man, he's gotta conquer that. A real fool to me is a person, man, who persists on perpetually in something opposite in spite of the fact that he knows that it should be done another way. If you know the truth and don't act upon it, you're a fool. And if you're a rational man, if you're an intelligent man, if you're blessed, one day you'll say, man, I like that, but the hell with it. Okay, I want some more, and as much as I like this, if I keep doing it, it's not gonna let me have anything. And sooner or later, man, you get old enough where your clock is ticking like mine was, and you look around and you're 40, you're 50, damn, I ain't got shit. Man, the hell with that.
Well, some doctors say that it's a difficult move to try to totally detach yourself from that treatment drug, and that once you're on it for life. But then I've talked to other people that have totally gotten rid of it and gotten off of it, and they're about using them.
How would you define productivity?
Taking medication.
So taking medication allows you to be productive and
Yes, sir, you gotta take your medication.
Makes you
I
less-
take Seroquel and Depakote. I Dr. Sugar
what are the drugs that you take?
Depakote and Seroquel.
Okay.
I have seizures, so I take Depakote.
Oh, you have seizures, you're epileptic.
Yes, Seroquel is for comments on mine.
Well, I'm just gonna try to abstain from drug use and just try to focus on being productive. So I mean, I'm not in a middle class situation right now because of my legal and economic problems that I've had, and so in a way I kind of miss skiing. I miss being able to go ski. I miss traveling. I miss having a car.
You went skiing and traveled with your family throughout.
Yeah. So, but now, I can't do those things in my current situation.
Sucks. Okay? I got to have it. And not only that, marijuana works as an aphrodisiac for me, and also it enhances my perception of my heart. So,
Are you making you better about your heart?
pardon me?
It regularizes your heartbeat.
No, my heart.
Your heart.
My heart.
It makes you more sensitive to creative sensibility.
Yeah, but almost sometimes to a fault. If I don't regulate how my intake is with it, it can reverse itself. It can make me depressed. It can make me stoic. It can make me total opposite. Yeah, man. It took me years to figure that out, man.
Are you neurotic or just psychotic?
Neurotic mostly, instead of psychotic. I have a nervous problem. All my life I had a nervous problem. That was the borderline. I had a nervous problem.
So what did that nervous problem make you do?
Draw, write, paint. That's my artwork down the street outside Sakura.
So it makes you more productive.
More productive, my neuroticism.
No, I wouldn't say that at all. I mean, I had some jobs just that helped me support my habit, but it wasn't. They were low-paying service jobs, and just gave my life a lot of problems that they're not focused enough to develop the type of creative things that I'd like to do.
So how do you plan to resolve this struggle between the temptations of illicit substances?
It's always going to be a problem for the rest of my life.
Right.
And hopefully this job will come through Wednesday, and I won't have to do this anymore, so I'll be out there with completely.
Right.
And try to help some of the other people that are homeless and unable to communicate their needs. A lot of them can't communicate their needs. It just shuts down on them sometimes.
You seem to be able to communicate pretty well.
Yeah, I do. I have background, and right now it's just a bad time. And hopefully it'll get better. It will get better.
You blame that on the economy, or?
No, I blame it on myself. Bad choices at times. The economy sometimes too, but bad choices.
And I'm just going to have to keep dealing with it for the rest of my life, really. So I might be able to get successful again. If I go back to those old ways, then my success is going to collapse, like almost building a house of cards or something. So,
What's that analogy you use, the house of cards?
yeah, house of cards, it's like building a house of cards. I could build something up and I could be productive for a while. If I revert back to those other ways,
Then it would just collapse.
The water's out, lightning in your teeth. staring at the sun. You're standing in the sea.